Let's wrap up those starting pitcher tiers and go through tiers 6 through 9. Brent, hit him with tier 6.
We're going to start off with Matt Cain, a younger pitcher, had a solid year season ago. We expect him to do similar numbers. Then we have Jeremy Hellickson. This guy's going to be on everybody's sleeper list, and with good reason. He does have a ton of potential. Next, at number 26, we have one of our favorite sleepers in Daniel Hudson. We really love how late you can get him in the draft, and we think he has as much upside as Hellickson. Then we have Jonathan Sanchez, ended the year really strong a season ago. If he gets his walks in check, he could be primed for a breakout year. Next, we have Ricky Nolasco. He was a big disappointment. He was one of everyone's favorite sleepers a year ago, and then he ended the year with a 4.51 ERA, but he does have good stuff, so he's got to be on your radar again this year. And rounding out this tier is Gio Gonzalez of the Oakland Athletics. Much like Sanchez, he needs to also get his walks in check, but much like Sanchez as well, if he does, he could be primed for a big year.
Tier 7 starts out with the old man Roy Oswalt. Great bounce back year last year, but we think a sub 3 ERA might be asking a bit much, but he should have another solid year. Same with Chad Billingsley. We're not expecting huge things from him, but he should be solid across the board, help you out in strikeouts as well. Next, we got Clay Buchholz. A lot of other experts are going to have him a lot higher than this, but we're not totally buying into him. He has a low strikeout totals, only 120 strikeouts in 174 innings, and he had a really low batting average for balls in play. We think he got a little lucky last year. Look for his numbers to go up. Moving down, we got John Danks. Seems like he's been around forever, but he's only 26 years old. We think he could improve from his numbers from a year ago. The last two in this tier are a couple of Houston Astros, Brett Myers and Wandy Rodriguez. Both these guys should have solid totals and be decent across the board.
Tier 8 starts off with Jamie Garcia. He had a sub 3 ERA. That's the good news. Bad news is his whip was very high and his K count wasn't too good either. Don't see that sub 3 ERA happen again this year. Then we have CJ Wilson. He's got some control issues. If he gets those in check, he could have great stats, but again, that's a big if. Next on the list, we have Matt Garza. Garza's out there with the Cubs now, had 15 wins and the ERA hovering around 4. We do see the potential, though, for that ERA to dip a little bit. And rounding out this tier is Colby Lewis. Everyone's going to remember how he ended the year a season ago, and for that reason, he might be a little bit overvalued. Just make sure you get him at the right point in your draft.
Let's move into Tier 9. We start with Edinson Volquez. He's coming off of Tommy John surgery from a year ago. He didn't really do that well when he came back last year, but hopefully having all the offseason, he's back and ready to go. Moving down, we got Phil Hughes. Awful year last year. Did not live up to what people were hoping, but he does still have an upside. He is only 25 years old. Next, we got Ricky Romero. Definitely showed some signs of being a great pitcher last year. Overall, his in stats weren't terrible. Definitely has an upside. Moving down, Bud Norris. You're not going to hear a lot about this guy, but I do like the fact that he had over a strikeout per inning, a lot of walks, and a really high whip last year. If he can get that under control, he could be an interesting, really late guy to take in deeper leagues. Then we got Brian Mattis. He had some hype coming into last year, didn't really live up to it, but he also has a nice upside. And same with Madison Bumgarner of San Francisco. 22-year-old, looks like he secured a job in the rotation, and he could have a sneaky solid year this year. And that's it for starting pitchers. Like we've been saying in all the other videos, get on that homepage and sign up for our March Madness. Check out the cheat sheet, all our other tiers and rankings, and get in those forums. I'm Dustin, this is Brent. See you later.